This is Jack Alwell with you for another episode, and today I am discussing house hacking with you. So let's set the stage a little bit. As of September 2022, and according to Value Penguin, the average American spends about 30% of their after-tax take-home pay on housing. That's about $1,784. Now that's a large percentage and a large nominal dollar amount. That includes mortgage payments, rent payments, interest, property taxes, insurance, utilities. And if you own a home, it's not just the mortgage payment. A lot of it is the maintenance and the utilities of maintaining such a large home, grass cutting, all these things add up. So house hacking is the idea of flipping the script and lowering your housing expense. And in a very favorable scenario, you'd actually be able to make money from your primary residence. Now, this would involve buying a home or a duplex, triplex, normally up to 4 units, living in one of the units or rooms and renting out the others. For an example, in the 3 years that I house hacked in Charlotte, North Carolina, I had bought a 4-bedroom home, 3.5 bath. I lived in one of the rooms and rented out the other 3. I brought in about $80,000 in those 3 years in rents for my 3 roommates over 36 months. So I averaged about $26,000 a year, which was great. Now, I was not actually cash flow positive. My mortgage payment was about $2,200 a month. And there's other maintenance, and there's a pool, so maintaining a pool and the grass cutting. So it did add up. But on average, I was only paying about $450 out of pocket each month, and that dramatically reduced my living expense, because before I was paying about $1,400 per month living in a what some would call like luxury apartment near uptown Charlotte. If you're liking this episode so far, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. So some pros of house hacking: you are able to save a lot of money. Like I said, I went from paying about $1,400 out of pocket to paying about $500 out of pocket. I was able to take some unbelievable trips with that money saved, and I was able to maintain a long distance relationship with my girlfriend at the time, who was living in Austria and who is now my wife. So without house hacking, that might not have actually been possible. I don't know if I would have been comfortable taking all those trips, and it might just not have worked out. Who knows? And it gave me the confidence to actually ask off of work for 2 months to go live in Austria with her. And so I was making no money from my job in those 2 months. So I basically just getting the rents and living off of that. There are clearly some cons that you should think about if you're thinking about house hacking. You do have to deal with a lot of the maintenance. So, you have a roommate that's working from home, the internet is imperative to their job functions. You need to make sure there's always internet. And if there's a problem with internet, you need to fix it. If there's any plumbing issue, you gotta either get a plumber or fix it yourself. In my case, we had a pool in the backyard, so I was maintaining the pool for a lot of the time until I was able to outsource that function. It is a time commitment. Another thing is just the common roommate quarrels and the cleanliness of common areas that sometimes come into play if one person is more clean than another. There's obviously the possibility of getting sued over some disagreement. In my case, I did have one roommate take me to a mediation over a high utility bill. We had been splitting the utilities amongst how many leases were living in the house. There was a dispute because this roommate was supposed to be out by the end of the month, and they ended up staying five days into the next month. And it just so happened that within those 5 days, a water pipe burst in the yard, and the utility bill ended up being high in that month that she now had exposure to, because she had stayed the 5 days. So she didn't like how I split the bill. Obviously, I didn't have her pay for any of the water pipe burst, but there is some added wear and tear from having all the extra people in. So that was very uncomfortable doing that, and I was quite scared, but it all ended up being okay. So just some things to think about. on house hacking. And if you want me to do another episode, or if you have any questions on house hacking, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.